So the second quadrant and stage in the Four Cs Flywheel is community. So in the first lesson, we talked about content and how to kind of drive people from a rented audience into an owned audience. So an owned audience really is where you've got access to who they are, what they're doing. You've got a little bit more insight, and you can export from whatever platform you're using and start using something else and move them across. So the way that differs is on a rented audience. If I wanted to stop using LinkedIn and start using Instagram or X, I can't export people from LinkedIn, then import them directly into Instagram or X. They then become a new audience for me. I've got to start from scratch and start building a new audience. The other side to it, obviously, is on a rented audience that they can turn your account off at any moment. They could suspend you. You may say something that they don't agree with or goes against their terms. They can shut your profile down. The beauty of an owned audience is that you can export that data from a platform like ConvertKit, now called Kit, Klaviyo, MailChimp. You can then put them somewhere else. So I can jump from MailChimp to Kit and the other way around if I decide for monetary reasons or features that I want to switch. You can't do that with a rented audience because you don't own that data. So with an owned audience, I have two. I have a newsletter list, and that is on Kit. And I have a community on School. That's SKOOL. I used to be on Thinkific with my courses, but I just found the way that Thinkific worked, the community and the courses don't seem as kind of joined together. School is really, really stripped back, simple, but easy to use, and it's got all the features you need, nothing you don't need. I love it. So it works for me. So there's different platforms that will work specifically for you. So, I use Kit because they've got a really super generous free plan. But I also like the brand, the ethics, the identity, and like that they are creator first platform. So I gravitated towards Kit. I used to be a MailChimp partner. So naturally I used to use MailChimp, but now I use Kit. So I've kind of chosen my two platforms that I use. A bit like with content, I use LinkedIn. I chose LinkedIn because it's a B2B platform. It's more professional, a bit less toxic than X. And what I'm posting is more kind of informative and less visual. So Instagram isn't my natural thing. I'm late to the game with YouTube, so I don't really use YouTube. I kind of repurpose these Loom videos and put them on YouTube. But really my rented audience is LinkedIn, my owned audience is my newsletter on Kit, and my community on School. And the idea, once I've kind of driven my ideal customers from my rented audience on LinkedIn by providing value and posting all the time and kind of, waving and going, here I am, notice me, I'm trying to get them to become a subscriber and become a member of my community, whichever of the two I drive them to. And I alternate between the two in terms of the CTA in my posts. So that's ultimately what I'm trying to do, get them into my owned audience or one of my owned audiences. But from there, I'm trying to turn those subscribers into money. I'm trying to provide value, build trust, get them to listen to me, and I become a trusted voice, which is easier to do when they're in your owned audience because there's kind of less noise going on. On LinkedIn, on any social platform, the feed moves incredibly quickly. And unless you've got an incredible amount of trust where people are looking for your content, posting on LinkedIn or X, for example, it moves so fast that you can put a lot of thought and effort into posting on there. but it moves so quickly. If someone was to log in an hour later, they might not see your post. So the thing with an owned audience is, on my community and on my newsletter, my lists and my audiences are considerably smaller, but they're more targeted and specific to who I want to speak to. And when I do speak to them, it has a bit more resonance and stickability because it will be in my own owned community. It will be in my newsletter list that people are getting to their inboxes, which is, it moves slightly slower than a LinkedIn feed, for example. So I'm kind of building trust, I'm providing value, creating content. I try to post to my community every day, things like this video, and I try to send a newsletter every week. There are certain caveats to that. So Christmas, I might kind of slow down a bit. There may be peak periods where I ramp things up a little bit. If I'm promoting a course or something, I may send a few more emails than I would normally do as a promotional thing. And some brands may do that around Black Friday and things like that. So there are certain changes to that, but I would try to get in a steady cadence and send a regular email at a regular time. Similar to posting at a regular time on LinkedIn every day. It helps for two things. It helps you get into a rhythm and having a routine. Humans are very routine orientated. But it'll also help because people get into the habit of knowing, oh, you send an email on this day, and they learn to kind of look out for your posts on your social platforms at a certain time every day. Some creators will be very public with it. I post at 8 o'clock in the morning every day of the week, Eastern time. That's when to look out for my posts. So they're very explicit with that. Some people just get into a regular habit with it. So yeah, get into the habit of creating content regularly across your rented audience and your owned audiences. But that's kind of what an owned audience is and why you should use that, because you ultimately own that pool of data. What we're looking at next is turning those subscribers and community members into money, and that's where we go into commerce.